I wanted to mention the Packers. I know we have a good Packer fan base following
the cheese,
and we try and be fair whenever we can to Green Bay. They trade Rasul Douglas to the Bills, and they also send a 5th-round pick in exchange for a 2024 3rd-round pick.
Can you tell everybody what you say in the chat?
What do you say?
What do you say in the chat?
What did I say in the chat?
When I said Rasul Douglas got traded, what'd you say?
I said who?
Exactly.
No, well, this is going to make Packers fans mad because I was just trying to make fun of Zach. Obviously, Rasul Douglas is a good player, but
the Packers.
That's a beast name too, Rasul.
Rasul's a cool name. I always liked him.
That's an athlete. Rasul's an athlete.
The 2024 draft class for Green Bay, their picks right now, you go up and down. Look, they have their first, which is right now would be the 6th overall pick in the draft. They have a second. They have the Jets' second, their own 3rd, and now the 3rd from the Bills. In addition to their own 4th, 6th, and 7th, they'll probably get some compensatory picks. Maybe a 4th and 2 6 was what I saw according to Over the Cap. We've talked a lot about whether or not they're going to move on from Jordan Love this offseason, and that is still not answered right now. We have a long way to go.
It was answered.
Well, it kind of got answered.
Yeah, it got answered.
He said whoever the GM said these next 10 games are massive for Jordan Love.
Oh no, that's right. I mean, like we won't know until the end of the year.
No, but here's look, when Gutekunst is coming out and saying, we're not sure whether we're going to keep Jordan Love or not. What that means is we don't think we have our guy.
But
they will do whatever it takes to get a guy.
I actually give Gutekunst a little credit. I know Packers fans want him the hell out of there, but I give him some credit for saying that because everyone knows that that's the reality of it. Actually, you know what? I take that back. It's a dumb thing for Gutekunst to say. I give him it's bold to say it because everyone knows it, but you don't want to put that public pressure on Jordan Love.
I think he does. I think he just look. You got to do something to see if Love can perform.
Maybe you keep that in house. I don't know. You put a lot of pressure on that guy, but yeah, he has to perform. We all know it. And now Green Bay, I like this trade for them because they have all the capital that they need to draft to even move up potentially for a quarterback. We'll see where the picks fall. But the Packers, if they're sitting there at 6 right now, let's say you don't get Caleb Williams, you probably can't trade up for Drake Maye. You're even in a position to get a talented player at 6 and then trade back up into the 1st round and try and get a guy like Michael Penix or Bo Nix or Riley Leonard, whoever it may be.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, well, Bo Nix has had a big turnaround in his own career, but I think you're seeing moves from the Packers right now that are preparing them for a potential change. And yeah, Jordan Love has the pressure on him right now more than ever with this move, with Gutekunst legitimately coming out and saying the clock's ticking. We'll see if he performs. Are you seeing the same thing with this trade, that they have the capital they need to make a move?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the public pressure that came out today is not necessarily a terrible thing. I think it could be something that Jordan Love needs.
If you're not playing well and your GM comes out and
no, but if you're not playing well and nobody's saying anything, what's going through your head?
And it's the NFL too.
Like, I'm young, I have time, whatever, this is okay. If you realize, like, oh shoot, I got to start playing well now. This is a short leash. Maybe he plays better.
So you think the urgency it creates is I mean, it's the NFL. You have to step up, right?
I think that's the goal. I think that's the goal of the Packers upper management for sure. I mean, if you're Love and you stink and nothing's being said, at least what's going through my mind is, okay, well, I have leeway. I'm young and I have leeway. Not anymore.
It's so crazy how the whole year we're talking about Jordan Love has the season, and he still does have the season. But here we are almost at the midway point.
I thought it would be much longer before anything was said like this.
Yeah, me too.
It tells you how bad things are going. And I think it makes a world of sense to trade Rasul Douglas. Like, he's a lot of use to the Bills, right? If you want to know why they brought him in, it's because he's far and away the biggest corner on their team. He's 6'2", he's 209. They don't have anyone. I guess Christian Benford's kind of close to that size, but he's not all that good. You need someone in the AFC who can sort of defend Travis Kelce a little bit. You need a big, fast corner who can do that. Rasul Douglas is the closest thing you're going to get on the trade market. Where's a player like that?
Who went down? Their cornerback?
Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, Tre'Davious White going down earlier in the year too.
Yeah, so you get who you can get, right? But he's not doing any good on Green Bay this year. He probably didn't want to stick around. I don't know if you saw after the game, but he got very vulgar with reporters. He is not happy with how the season's going. He's like, we aren't effing winning. We can't do an effing thing on the field. It's all BS. Like, I don't blame him, right? I mean, they didn't expect this going into the season. But, yeah, I think for the Packers, the season's kind of over. It just sort of is. That happens. You evaluate Jordan Love for the rest of the games. You sort of get ready to move on, and you enjoy your draft capital. I think it's good they're making forward-minded decisions like this.
Love it to come out on fire. And
Packers fans are going to be watching these games now. Like, you still have a huge reason to watch if you're Packers fans. A lot of times people can check out. Like, you are going to find out the future of your team over the next 10 games.
Well, you have two huge reasons to watch. Jordan Love and losing.
Yeah. No, for the people who aren't high on Jordan Love, this is like must lose football for the Packers.
Yeah, they're 2-5, right? They could easily finish with a bottom 3 record in the NFL this year. And then the Jordan Love situation becomes one bad year on the Favre, Rodgers, Drake Maye train.
Right?
He's about to pop off and go 12-5.
Yeah.
But if he does, then you're happy.
Hey, then you're happy too. You really can't lose this situation. It's kind of like we said with the Cardinals, right? Kyler Murray comes back and is amazing. Okay, great. If he comes back and they suck, congrats. You're going to wind up with Drake Maye or Caleb Williams probably. And Ziggy, just for anyone listening, I want to make this clear right now. Ziggy likes Drake Maye more than Caleb Williams. You're probably the only person I've heard.
I like 4 QBs better than Caleb Williams.
But you're not serious.
I'm dead serious. I take Penix. I take Bo Nix. I take Drake Maye. I take them all. I hate Caleb Williams.
JJ McCarthy.
No.
Shador Sanders.
No. In the words of Logan Roy, you are not a serious person.
I think you guys know
setting that aside, like, I've been on the Drake Maye train. You guys can say this, right? Since like week 8 or 9 of college football season last year, I've been on the Drake Maye train. People are finally starting to wake up to this. But he's got that Justin Herbert energy. And indeed, like, people look at Herbert and say, like, he's pretty good, but he's no Mahomes. If Mahomes were slightly worse in the pocket, Herbert would probably be a better player than him. And it's not like Caleb Williams is an elite pocket passer from what we've seen. He's very good, right? I'm not saying he's bad, but Drake Maye brings certain things to the table that Caleb Williams doesn't. I bet he's going to be the more successful player. And I guarantee you that some NFL teams right now, including maybe the Packers for all I know, have Drake Maye as the number 1 QB on their board.
I don't think Caleb's a first rounder.
See, like, this is just silly. Caleb Williams is a top 3 prospect.
I've been anti-Caleb.
I love that we're talking about this, but this is a trade deadline show.
Okay.
Here's the trade deadline. Whatever quarterback you want, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of debate. It'll be exciting
football for hours.
Yeah,
once it flips,
Once it
flips,
I'm stopping the train now.